reason why Patricia killed herself?
She couldn't stand the diet. She didn't want to shrink to death. She was going to shrink to death.
Shrinking disease. She had shrinking disease.
All right, so she didn't want to spend life in prison, or
Yeah, that's a good reason, maybe.
whatever.
And one time, we're playing, and the shed door was open, just a little bit. Being kids, our curiosity got the best of us. We had to find out what was on the other side of the shed door. So we ran up to it, and we pushed it open and went through, and we saw wonderful things. Things we'd never seen before, like trees, birds, the sun. It was nice. He just wanted the best for us. He was very protective. I couldn't even cross the street without him being all excited and placing bets. But as we got older, it was time for kindergarten for me. My sister was going into first grade, or second grade, but it's about me right now, so we can talk about that. I was going to kindergarten, and I was terrified to be left alone. People call it strange, or separation anxiety or something, but I did not want to be left alone in that kindergarten classroom. And so every time he'd walk me in, I'd be all brave, got my backpack, my lunchbox. Wait, did I have my backpack? That's probably why I don't know. You don't have backpacks in elementary school. I had my lunchbox, and go in, big boy going in. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, I'll see you after school. Okay, bye. And he'd leave, I'd stand there. He'd take off running out of class and chase him down, and he was going back to his car and jumped in his arms, don't leave me. And so he said, I'll stay with you, but your teacher won't let me, I'm too old, so I will sit in my truck right here in front of the school, okay? I'll sit there the whole time, and I'll be there with you. And I said, okay. So I'd go in class, and in class, I'd look out the door, and there he is, sitting on the truck, and smile and wave. And then the bell would ring, and the teacher would close the door, and I felt comfortable knowing that my dad was out there, sitting there, his pistol strapped to his ankle. And the bullies, he'd take care of them. What I didn't know is, as soon as that door closed, he'd leave. But he knew what time recess was, and he would come back 5 minutes before recess and park in that same spot. So when I'd come out, there he was, and he waited, and I'd think he'd been there the whole time. So I felt safe. And he'd watch all us kids, like, jumping and ducking and running and screaming. We were young, we didn't know he was just using blanks. He had to figure out a way to entertain himself. But one of the things we did every year, it became a tradition, was we went camping at Carpinteria State Beach. Every year we'd spend a week camping there, and a couple times.
Your life and takes additional family members. It's my dad. And I love you. And thank you for taking Andy and I, and Casey, and all of our kids, and all of us. And happy birthday, Dad.
Thank you.
What am I supposed to say now? Any jokes? Thanks, Nikki. Anyone want to follow that? Yes.
2 tickets tonight for the Ice House that my son was taking me to at 8 o'clock for I guess, a father-son birthday. My birthday is not till Wednesday.
You're late.
But, yeah. Otherwise, I can't believe that people I saw show up tonight. Their idea was, I guess, to reverse and have me here first and greet you as you came in. But I don't know who was coming in. But it was very special. I think we still have birthday cake, and I think we're going to have dancing. But as far as, to me, I'm one of the luckiest people in the world. I've had one of the best lives. I've had no complaints. You know, I was so lucky when I did meet Jonathan Winters and went into that field helping as his road manager. And I know I've told some people this story before, but it was so typical of my life that one night I'm at 9510 Van Nuys Boulevard, which is a very rundown apartment building, and a gentleman there just killed his apartment manager after raping her. And my partner and I were done with that call. It was about 2:30 in the morning. We had him in custody. Went home. I slept for like 2 hours. I jumped in my car, drove to Jonathan Winters. A limo arrives. We jump in the limo. We go down to LAX, and we fly back to Bentonville, Arkansas. And that afternoon, I'm sitting in a boat fishing with Jonathan Winters and a gentleman by the name of Sam Walton, who started a little store called Walmart. So talk about the gambit I've run. I've been so lucky at the experiences I had through Jonathan and then into David and just the people I've met. I met a fantastic gentleman named Gary Owens through Jonathan, and it was just unbelievable. I've been very lucky at my occupation, working for the Gilbert Lorries now. I can't really call him my boss, I call him my second home. It's a very loving family. It's complete opposite of what I had with Hasselhoff. It's a very unusual family. I went from Hasselhoff to, my son mentioned Clint Black and Lisa Black, and they had a little daughter, Lily. And I worked for them. It was fantastic. And right away I noticed a change from this Hollywood guy to the country people who were very country and God. And it was so relaxing working for them, and then they were going to move. I'll never forget, I told your son-in-law, Clint, he says, we're going to move you. And I said, to Nashville? I said, I'm so used to indoor plumbing, I don't want to give up indoor plumbing. And Clint and Lisa tried to convince me they had indoor plumbing, but so I stayed and I ended up at the Gilbert Lorries. But it was so nice. And like I said, I was a lucky guy, very lucky. I got, there's a family here at this table. Molly with her husband John, Ryan with his girlfriend Lucy, my stepson Andy and his wife Casey, my stepdaughter, her son Bill, my stepson Bill, her husband. They came out from Michigan. Casey and Andy came from Georgia. They left 38 grandkids, mine behind there. They didn't bring them. So, but like I said, I'm just a very lucky person to have such great people I've known in my life and to attend this and not tell me about it. I've talked to a few people about this, and the Gilbert Lorries, every 2 minutes I'm with them, and they didn't say anything about it. I will end with a story. It's the only clean story I know. I can tell in a general crowd, but it's been one I've used for many years. You probably heard it, some of you haven't, but it's about the two old men that go ice fishing. Not that 60 is old, but two old men go ice fishing. They cut a hole in the ice, and they are fishing away, and they're there for like 2-3 hours. Nothing, not a bite, not a fish, nothing. And they're very patient sitting there, and then all of a sudden, here comes this little 6-year-old boy. He comes up, sits down a little milk crate, cuts a hole in the ice, throws his line in. It's in there for maybe 2 minutes. He pulls out a fish. The two old guys look at it, wow. Baits the hook, puts it back in. It's in there about 2 or 3 minutes, pulls it out again, another fish. They can't believe it. This kid is catching. What's he doing? So one old man walks over to the kid and says, son, I don't mean to bother you. I just want to know, we've been here a couple hours, we can't catch fish. You've been here 5 minutes, you caught 2. What is the secret? So the little kid looks up and he says, and they, excuse me, I didn't understand what you said. The little kid says, he says, son, can you try to speak clearer? I can't understand you. And the little boy looks up and goes, you have to keep the worms warm. Thank you all for attending. We're going to have some birthday cake I see over here, and I'll give it back to my son. One more time.
Right now I need to ask Leroy to come on up. He's going to lead us in a special happy birthday, and being that Tim is 100% Swedish, we have a tradition of singing a Swedish birthday song, and Leroy is going to tell you guys all about it. And apparently we need to kick up. Our waiter is gone. He died, I believe, and was carried out. So whoever is the cake person.
Let's sing happy birthday to this lucky guy. We're all lucky for knowing him. Ready? Yep. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And the Swedes sing 100 years. Child. Hurrah! 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 Hurrah!
Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and have some cake if you want, and then turn it over to the DJ. It's going to not spin records because that's your time, not ours. But he's going to use his computer to play some music.